Hey, how you doing? It's Antonio Cutz from GMC. We were to turn it up and chop it up. We're about to chop it up and turn it up a notch, right? We were to turn it up a notch and chop it up. I don't like how I did my lips. Hey, how you doing? This is Antonio Cutz from GMC Entertainment. We had to turn it up and chop it up and turn it up a notch. Okay. Hey, how you doing? This is Antonio Cutz from GMC Entertainment. We had to turn it up and turn it up a notch. Hey, how you doing? This is Antonio Cutz from GMC Entertainment. We had to turn it up a notch and chop it up.
Turn me up!
We be going over time. We be going over time.
What them haters are saying. Tell me what you want.
We be going over time.
They gon' make me ride on this one, nigga.
We be going over
Get
time.
'em.
We be going over time. We be going over time.
Hey, tell me what you want.
We be going over time.
Tell me what you want.
We be going over time.
Y'all gon' make me come out.
Chop it up. Chop it up. Chop it up.
Gentlemen's Club.
I would like to talk about GNC and all that too a little bit too. That's important to me.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Y'all know who it is and what it is. It's your boy Sos Dior. Another episode of Chop It Up Podcast. Today's special guest is Antonio Cutz in the building. So
What's up?
yeah. So I got a lot of questions for you, so we just gonna get right into it.
Word up.
So first off, give a little bit of background about like your music career, because a lot of people who watch the show may not necessarily know who you are, what you've been doing in the city. So give them a real quick brief of like who you was working with before, where you came from, how you got your start, that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I'm from the Bronx. And I came up in the music situation. Let's say the music scene in the Bronx. I lived in Alaska for a while. My father was in the military, so I moved to Alaska, and I met a couple guys up there in Alaska when I was a teenager who also was in music. Maestro Jones, a really good friend of mine, Maestro Jones, and he was rapping. We formed a group in Anchorage, Alaska, and it's funny, actually, to be honest with you. The funny thing about it is when I moved to Alaska and met Maestro in Anchorage, we was actually forming a group called PBL, Prohibited by Law, and we got kicked out of the group. It's funny. We got kicked out. So it was like a bunch of us. It was I-Rock, KJ, Maestro Jones, couple other people. Cat that was dancing with us named. A lot of people. This is actually a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people that know anything about PBL don't understand who was actually in the original group before the album even came out. You know what I mean? And this Prohibited by Law was actually formed. I was actually there the day they named it PBL. Me and Maestro, and it was KJ. It was we was at like a pizza. It was like a pizza spot in this place called University Center. It was me, KJ, Maestro, these couple other cats. He goes by Skulls now. Dope cat. He originally from Brooklyn. He's originally from now Y2 in which means New York. And Anthony McAllister. His name's Anthony McAllister, and we was all involved. He ended up going to H2O with this cat. Me and Maestro ended up breaking off and going to Versatile. We had a group called Versatile, and it ended up being just a KJ and Chris with the PBL situation. So then later on, the album started coming with the PBL situation. But the thing that people didn't know, a lot of people that didn't know that may see this, that actually I and Maestro was part of this PBL situation as well.
See, I got to tell y'all. See, y'all. This is how y'all know y'all getting it authentic. Cause see, notice how he's an artist, but he ain't using the microphone. So you know what I'm saying. So we gonna.
Oh wait, my
So
bad.
you know what I'm saying.
I'm
But
used to him clipping it on me, but he got the new technology.
yeah.
Are we good?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
No, we still running.
Okay, so I don't want to not say no names, miss any names. There's a youngster that danced for PBL. named his name is you might have known his cat Joker the Bells Bombing. Are you hip to him?
Yeah.
So Joker the Bells Bombing, he ended up being one of the most. He was from PBL. He was one of the dancers, but he ended up doing his own thing. And he had a big hit called "Money in the Ziploc Bag" or something like that. But it was with one of the Bone Thugs and Harmony cats, and Busy Bone. Was it Busy Bone? Yeah, it was Busy Bone. And he was the one doing the hook with him, and it was a big thing, in Anchorage. You know what I mean? And a lot of people didn't excel as he did with music. As far as it was on the nighttime BET, the midnight thing. There's a couple other cats too, but anyway, that's the whole story of the PBL situation. I ended up doing some time. And that time I got into it took me away from the streets for a while. And when I came back, I ended up starting to do music again, and got lucky and did some little remixes and stuff that kind of like ended up getting me a couple extra looks with a couple people that's making some noise. It just so happened that when you're a nobody in this music industry, sometimes they just kind of like put you on the shelf and let their people get on. So
Right.
when I had tried to make these remixes and stuff like that, and was doing things during the Jack the Rapper times and all that kind of stuff like that, the people dug me, but didn't know who the hell I was. And that's the funny thing about this music industry. If no one knows who you are, it may sound good, but we don't know your story. We don't know your story, and people don't understand that's very important. Knowing your story, knowing who you are, knowing you ratted on somebody, all kinds of stuff, and especially with hip hop.
Yeah.
Especially with hip hop, it's like we're the most scrutinized group, hip hop. We want to know who you are. We want to know what you're about versus someone who's a country singer, a rock and roll singer, no one cares, who's singing the song. I did pretty good. I moved to Washington, the state, Seattle, Washington, and there was a club out here called the Contour.
Yeah. Contour.
Contour. Was it a club? And DJ Rock Fizzle, which he was DJ Rockefeller at the time.
Yep.
He was killing it Monday nights, and they had like a lot of people at the time in the state was coming together because there wasn't a lot of people really supporting hip hop.
Right.
But him and this cat named Savvy made it to where if you wanted to perform, you had to be there. You can't just come in like you're a superstar. If you want to perform tonight, you're going to be here when this thing opens. And if nothing else happened, all the performers was there supporting us.
Right.
All different. So that was a real cool thing. All the performers was there, so I might be performing. And the funny thing about it, and Rock Fizzle will tell you, me coming from not Washington, I actually had a big hit that this cat by the name Skunt Dun, he produced for me, Mafia. It was a cat named Skunt Dun, and I think that's how you pronounce his name. He actually made this song called, we ended up calling it Timmed Up. A lot of people thought the song was called Clap That Ass, but it was called Timmed Up. And how it worked was a cat by the name, the one Savvy, how it worked was whoever got like made a lot of noise, he would let you kind of like be the last act. Well, me and this cat by the name of Sarcastic, I don't know if you heard, Sarcastic?
No, I don't know him.
Sarcastic, he was a monster. He's going through some health issues right now, bless his heart. You know what I mean? He's a real cool cat. He was murdering it. He had a song called I'm Right Here. So if you want to check out that song, I'm Right Here by Sarcastic, it's crazy. Even right now,
we'll try to find the link for that.
Yeah, it's crazy. And between my Timmed Up song and him, we was like back and forth for a whole summer, back and forth being the last act.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's funny because when I first went in with a cat named Forsace. Me and him came in together.
Yeah, Forces, yeah.
Forsace, E.G. Forsace, and we had a song, man, what's this song? Because I've been asking him to send a song to me, and he said he did. But we did a song together called Fever. It was crazy too. It was crazy. So we made a little bit of noise with Fever, me and Forsace. And later on, it just got to be where I started making more songs, and I started murdering them with the Timmed Up all summer, and that was a cool thing. So shout out to Four Sace, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Skunt Da 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 too, also at the same time for doing that song for me to tear it up. Rock Fizzle actually did a remix for me, and that was pretty dope too. It was crazy. The remix was crazy too, but I was making crazy noise with that song. It was so crazy that I wasn't even trying to do other songs. It was so crazy. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna rock this. I know the crowd was going nuts. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, F it. I wasn't even. I couldn't even challenge myself because of the fact I was just running off that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I did other songs, but that was the one that made the crowd do something. And I never found something at that time back then to even come to. Okay, here's the new. Get the crowd going.
Right. So is that how you and like Rock originally met, was from the Contour days, or did you like know him before that? Or, you know, Rock's a really hard person to collab with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I've been trying to reach him for a minute. That's a whole nother story,
Yeah.
but you have a special chemistry with them. So like
Yeah.
how did you guys start that chemistry?
So Rock can't even find this beat, but he had this beat that was crazy. And he used to just play it. Rock used to play these beats at the club to let you know he makes beats.
Right.
So before I met him, I used to hear this beat. It was like dun, 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 dun. It was crazy. I can't even. It was crazy. The beat sounded like electricity and lightning, and it was just nuts. It's like it was crazy. And I love this beat, man. And I was like, and he was like, yo, if you contact me if you want beats. So and Rock is like, I went to him. Of course, Rock don't even want to rock with you if you can't rap. And Rock, he's not like if you want to mess with him, you got to kick in, or he respects you. He's going to bless you because he knows you love this craft. And Rock loves this craft.
Right.
Rock's a West Coast cat who loves hip hop. You know what I mean? He loves hip hop. So every era of hip hop coming up to now is like, it doesn't matter if it's from South, East, West, whatever. He knows it. He knows his shit. So when he met me and heard what I was doing, he actually helped me. He actually helped. Rock knows me, and it's like I can go to the studio with Rock, you know what I mean? It's to the point now I can go to the studio. He knows where I messed up, where I didn't mess up, where he knows where I'm gonna trip. Like sometimes he just say, yeah, I erased it, go ahead and do it again. I'm like, what? How'd you? I know, because he know me. He know that's how long we've been working together. You know, he knows me, and I actually prefer to work with Rock. People are like, well, I can try this guy, that guy, because Rock knows me.
Yeah, you got. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Word.
You know
And I'm a loyal dude. You know what I mean? So I'm a loyal. If you rock with me, I rock with you. You know what I mean? So I'm not really trying to do too much. Moving around. Like I said, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. It's hard to build those kind of loyalty, you know, and especially people who know your sound, you know, because like I find that too, like, you know, just working with different people, like sometimes like you go in, you think it's going to go one way and then it goes south real quick and you're like, see, this is why I don't mess with them. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. And Rock is one of the hottest. So, you know, like if you got that on your corner, like, yeah, there's no reason to leave it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Rock, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but yeah, Rock, what I got going on with my crew, it's Gentlemen's Club, GMC Entertainment.
GMC.
You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be what it is without Rock.
Right.
And I appreciate Rock so much. You know what I'm saying? He got so much stuff going on. I appreciate the time that he has to still rock with me. So throughout the time of me moving with him, he's actually been one of the people that actually taught me how to kind of like make it make sense sometimes. And I don't know how to really say it, but there's just some things that, you know, when you're feeling yourself, sometimes you get humbled by someone who knows. And so he actually helped me learn how to slow my roll for a minute and listen and pay attention to some things where I can do things better. You know what I mean? Instead of just thinking I know it all, because I used to think I knew it all. You know what I mean? So, you know, I got to the point saying, you know what, okay, let me go ahead and take it. I don't always take this advice, you know what I'm saying? But I get to the point where I say, okay, maybe he's right this time. Maybe I'm going to go ahead and do it his way or whatever the case may be, because he might hear something I don't hear. And there's so many things that he knew about music that I didn't know, that now that I've been doing it for so long, now I'm like, okay, now I know what he meant. And now I can go in the car and listen to something, I need to put something here. It's to the point now where I can go to listen to my song and then go, after he did it, and go, let's listen to it, and I can hear something else that needs to be put in there, like how he do it, and go, oh, you know what, now let's add this or add this. So it's pretty good. You know what I mean? It's really
That's
dope.
chemistry. Yeah. I mean, that's what we all strive for, right? I mean, as a hip hop artist, you want to have your own sound, but you want to have that chemistry with people where it's authentic, it's organic, and you get a chance to just be yourself and let loose and not have to worry about all the extra riffraff, you know, like that's a hard thing. And I'll be honest, I'm low key jealous because you've been rocking with Rock for a minute now. I've been trying to get at Rock for so many years.
You kind of told me the first time we were in the studio. He was like, "Man."
You know, I be taking it in person. I'm like, why Rock not fucking with me? You know, but no, I just know he's busy and he's doing his thing. But you know,
I can't even get in the studio right now. I got a show coming up, and I can't even get ready for the show. Yeah, you know what I mean? For Maya's show, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Maya. Like, so for those who don't know, Maya Million just got a new record that just came out. I'm gonna let Cutz talk about it, but explain how that chemistry came about because we was in the video. The cameo was dope. If you haven't seen it, definitely check out Maya Million.
Money.
And the video's dope. It's bananas. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be honest, for a female hip hop artist, it's probably one of the hottest records I've heard, especially coming from an independent.
That's dope. You think so?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You really believe that? I never even knew. You never told me that. You communicate, but you never told me that. That's dope.
You know, see, a lot of people don't realize, like, I've been a DJ since 97. So I've been DJing as long as Rock. But the reason people don't know that is because my career started in New York. So I was DJing in New York, Tau Kappa Epsilon. I came back, was DJing with Cube 93, Bobbio and Chris Crush, HD Hotspurs. Then I left and went to Canada, and I had 7 resident nights as a DJ in Canada. So a lot of people don't know that history about me as a DJ. They just think, oh, yeah, Sosa's just a rapper. They don't realize, like, I've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah.
So for me, I've heard U.S. artists, I've heard Canadian artists, you know, my career started when Drake was coming out as an artist.
Okay.
So for me, I've heard a lot of different artists, you know, backpack rappers, as we would call them, like all kind of stuff. But for a female independent artist, she by far has one of the hottest records I've ever heard.
That's so dope.
She
go crazy. She gonna go crazy when she hear that too.
Yeah,
she gonna go crazy when she hear
no
that.
cap. I'm keeping it 100. It's one of the hottest records I've heard by a female artist. Like her, just the way her composure on the track, like that. That's one of those things that, like, a lot of rappers don't realize, like, know what you can rap on and what you can't. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes artists get out of their lane and then they try too hard to try to come up with a different sound or be different, right? But the way she came off on it, her cadence, the way she owned the track, like, those are things you can't teach someone. You know what I'm saying? Either you got it or you don't. And how she controlled the track, like, it's one of those timeless records. Like, it'll go down in history as being one of the.
Saying that shit give me goosebumps. She's saying that shit because I'm really proud of her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm really proud of her. To answer your question, so what happened was, okay, so my boy Rock, not my boy Rock, but my boy DJ Hove.
Yep. Shout out DJ Hove.
DJ Hove was working on his album. He's working on his album. He's been doing this thing for a minute. You know what I mean? He's my brother. You know what I mean? And I was helping him assemble this album, and I wanted to make sure. You know, he's been doing this thing, and he's ended up having a situation where this channels into Maya. He's been DJing for a long time, and I figured because he has this voice, his voice is crazy. You know what I mean, he has a way to get the crowd going. And I always look for people's strong suit. You know what I'm saying? Some people's strong suit scratching, some people's strong suit is yelling and hollering, you know what I mean? Some people's strong suit is the fact how they blend the records, you know what I mean? People have to, but his strong suit is how he gets along and interacts with the crowd. And he has a voice that's unique. So I said, you know what? He needs to go ahead. He's like this new DJ Clue. He's like this new, you know, saying, you know, he's dope at what he do. And I said, you know, he got to do an album. So I wanted to assemble this album with him and have some crazy music on it. And with Maya, I wanted to get a track, something with Maya, you know, and she can tell her own story when it's time to tell her story. But I wanted her to have something that was real and that put out, and something that people can get to know her about, and also reflect her cadence, reflecting something that's just her, not anybody else.
Right.
I didn't want, because a lot of people come out and they try to do the next person. And I wanted her to do her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that when we putting this album, this album together, that it was her. And so I've heard different opinions about what they thought, because people always compare women to other women, compare other artists to other artists. So when something comes out dope, they automatically gonna dig it or not dig it because it doesn't sound like someone else they're used to.
Right.
So I've been getting way more positive, and she's been getting way more positive. She gets like 18,000 views in a month.
Yeah, bro. Like no cap. She's getting more. She's got more views than I'm getting. So like that's crazy.
Word.
Yeah, she's doing her thing.
And the thing about it is sometimes when you so that's where it came up. We came together and put this song together, and we wanted to kind of start putting together a story, for people to follow down the line. And I remember when she was putting her stuff together and getting it together, and she was mad serious. So we communicated a while back when I was going through something about her even rapping. And we had another artist, I'm not gonna say her name because she's not important at all. She's completely not important. She's completely not important. And the other artist,
Shout out to you.
yeah, she's completely not important, so I'm not even gonna say her name. And the reason why, because she was mad disrespectful to what we got going on. So she don't deserve that, you know what I mean? So the other female wanted accolades that she didn't deserve. She wasn't willing to put the work in. She wasn't willing to. She just wanted her name out there. You know what I mean? And that, and I showed her mad love, but I can't show you mad love if you ain't really, like about what we got going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's work together to make it happen. If I gotta overwork myself and you trying to turn me into a music trick or something like that, like you supposed to just have it because who you are, and you ain't even built like that. I was showing you love. When I know you're not built like that.
Right.
So we was trying to get her thing going on. It just ended up being Shorty was a one-trick pony. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, so what happened was I was having high regards for her because she is talented. But she didn't listen, and she didn't listen. She didn't want to be in nothing that she wanted to lead, and she's not a leader.
Yeah.
So when Maya came along, I was so happy that she was attentive. She listened. I was so like, damn, I'm so used to people just want to do their own thing and not even pay attention to get things going. And she was everything. She was like, I'm listening. What she need? When every time I said you need to do this, you need to do that, she did it. There was no question. There was no arguing. There was no. She said, you know what? I'm coming here because I want this, and I'm gonna do what the fuck you say, and I'm gonna believe in you. And it was just working out. You know what I mean? It's working out. So I love that about it. I'm gonna rock with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna rock with it. So I'm so happy that this turned out to be what it has, and hope it gets bigger and better than what it came at. And I'm really happy to hear that you said that you really think that is, because I've been pushing it. I've been doing this is gonna be a show coming up on the 22nd of August where she's and you kind of like gonna come in there and help special guests with some rhymes too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, again, shout out to Maya Million. You know what I'm saying? I got mad respect for you, and I appreciate you. I'm trying to think. Was there something else I missed on Maya?
Well, no. I was just wondering, like, how you guys had like met, like how you guys came up with the concept for the record. But
how we met was, that's again. So I don't want to go into her story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to give her a chance to tell her story because I know she's going to come to see you soon.
Yeah.
And she can kind of tell you certain things of that aspect. And I don't want to kind of go there and waste her story, but we're mad cool. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of respect for each other. You know what I mean? We've been knowing each other for approximately 3-4 years now. I just didn't know till maybe a couple years ago, maybe a year and a half or so right now, that she even wanted to do this.
Oh, okay.
So it's funny. She has a good friend that wanted to do this first, and then it kind of like didn't go where it was supposed to be, and then she picked it up. She picked it to pieces. So when she picked it to pieces, she didn't drop nothing. She ain't drop shit, you know what I mean? So moving past that.
So I not to cut you off, but like you've mentioned her as like the first lady.
Yeah.
And to me that really stuck out, because when we think of like artists coming out nowadays, or not even necessarily groups, duos, but just artists in general, you never hear that term first lady anymore. Yeah. Like and that to me was what really kind of stuck out, because like you've been putting that out there on the streets, like, yo, she's the first lady, like like she's really holding it down, and that kind of brought back like the Little Kim and the Foxy Brown type vibes, and that's why when the record dropped, Money, I was like, I'm seeing the vision because, like, yeah, it really hit home and it had that kind of New York vibe to it, and it was still authentic and it was still independent. Like that's one thing for me. Like as an artist, like I struggle with independent artists because like there's ones that try too hard who think there's something when they're really not, and then there's the ones who are like groundbreaking, willing to step out, be in their own lane, but they're not getting the credit that they deserve.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And like, so for example, I don't know if you saw it, but Game 365 released who they thought was the best in the I-5 North.
Okay. I seen that.
I seen that. And I'm looking at the names on there and I'm like, okay, there's like 30 mentioned, but I only recognize 7, you know? And so for me, like, that's kind of where, like, you know, I start to wonder sometimes, like, is it a popularity contest or have I been away in Canada for so long that I just don't recognize the names, you know? But I kind of took that to heart because I'm like, man, like, you know, just this last year, I shot 100 music videos, put out, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to brag about what I've done, but when I'm looking at these artists that are on that list and I'm seeing the names that are mentioned and I'm seeing names that are actively doing work who aren't on that list, you know, it starts to kind of rub friction a little bit, you know? So like, to me, that's why, like, for me, like, I really like what you're doing with Maya specifically, just because like it's authentic. It's not about popularity contests. It's about just killing the flow and knocking shit out and getting the numbers behind it. You know, you're just running the numbers on it. So
yeah, no doubt. So it's funny. I looked at that too, and when I seen it, I'm not really mad at. I'm not really even bugging because I don't even know if I deserve to be up on that thing myself. A lot of stuff I'm doing, I'm up there with some nice views too on my stuff. You know what I mean? But it's recent, it's new. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I think these people have. It might be some popularity, people know, whatever. And I'm not really that known. I'm not really that known here. It's just that people happen to like my product, and that's a good thing. So people have been kind of continue to watch it, looking over and over. And I try to be crafty when I'm at my videos. I'm on point with my editing. I'm in the editing room. It's time to edit. I'm really finicky about editing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that can make or break a video.
Right.
So like when my videos get done, I won't even work with a videographer. I mean, I'm still doing a video with you. We ain't made a video yet. You know what I'm saying? And it's not no disrespect. It's just that I'm so like. I don't want to have you like this dude's crazy. I'd be like, no, hey, change that, add that. Okay, we got to find another scene. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that. So I'm like, I don't know if you're ready for me to be in it. Sit down. I'd be in front of a 90-inch TV with the other director. Like, you know, we got to find another scene.
Right.
Come over here. I'm coming out to you. You got to get this right. So I think it's paying off though, because Way Past Hating's dope.
Don't Play
is dope. You know what I mean? We can talk about that in a minute. You know, Don't Play and Maya. You know what I'm saying? I edited the whole video with the director Zach. Shout out to Zach.
Yep. Shout out.
And Zach, my man Zach, man. And so but I'm really finicky about editing because what happens is when people edit, they don't know the look that you're looking for a lot. They just kind of have an idea because what happens is, you know, we listen to the music and we have an ear for it, then we try to fit. And every blue moon, a person listens to the music, okay, that's dope, and they'll find a part and they'll fuck with it. They'll go ahead and put that visual in there. But there's so much more to the video than just that part that they caught.
Right.
So I'm like, what about this? What about that? And it's kind of like who's dope at that shit. It was like Busta and Missy. They was really dope at, you know, he said banana, next thing he pulling a banana out of his pocket and shit like that, you know, whatever case may be. And so I try to be, I know not that serious with it, but at least I wanted to have certain B-roll scenes and stuff that happen to where you're kind of like getting a visual of the story. And same thing will happen with my newer videos. That's what I've been trying to do. So it's very important. I like to have at least 3 outfits changes in it. Yeah. Because if you don't, you're gonna have a video just look just like a newspaper, like someone's just, you know what I'm saying, like someone's just. I don't want to waste a video. I don't want to waste a song. Right. Getting back to Maya, I wanted a club song because I knew Hov was doing this thing. Don't Play. I wanted a club song. I wanted a song that people can respect. I didn't want just a driving song. I didn't want something that just people can listen to and drive. I wanted something that the DJ, since he's making an album, this whole album, even I'm picking the artist on this album, so I don't want nothing on this album that he can't just throw the album on and people can't play in the club. But still respect.
Right.
But still respect the song, you know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping that, like, with the views I'm getting already so far, still getting with the Don't Play, that people can say, okay, because when he played the club, people, you know, I've been to different clubs when he's playing, and people going crazy. You know what I mean? And they dance to it, they vibing to it. It's not like someone's just sitting there like, who's this new artist? And sometimes when you have a new artist, even if it's a good song, that's what I've noticed. When even if it's a new song and you're like kind of like we are not really known to a lot of people.
Yeah.
People tend to okay, we're waiting for so and so. What? Who's this cat? So it better be something that people can really vibe to really make something happen. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to make sure that when I go in there and make a song, I don't have to be. I like to think of myself as lyrical. Mm-hmm. I like to think of myself as a lyrical dude. But at the same time, you can't be the most lyrical king on a song that's supposed to be for the club.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
you gotta know. You gotta pick the record.
So I still try to be crafty.
Yeah.
I still try to be crafty. When you hear what I'm saying, it's still crafty what I'm saying, and instead of trying to be super linguistic and stuff. If people can sit there and listen to what you're saying, they can vibe to what you're saying. I've seen people vibe to my music and bounce to my music and still can dance. Mm-hmm. Versus I've seen people sit there and can really vibe to something that's just some driving music. So that's my idea of making music, is to make sure that people can really vibe, dance, or whatever case may be. So there's a little something for everybody, a little something for people can either vibe or either dance.
You know, I have to digress for just a sec. Mm-hmm. So I'm at the club this last weekend in Bellevue, and you know, I'm listening. There was 3 DJs on the night, and they going back and forth. You know, they're doing like 1-hour sets. And what got me was that everybody's always talking about this new generation of rap, right? Mm-hmm. Like the drill rap and all of that. What's crazy is I didn't hear none of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And like, for me, it was kind of I don't want to say it was refreshing, but it was interesting because, you know, if I'm on my Instagram or I'm on TikTok, all I hear is like drill, right? You know, that's what's being promoted, right? That's what's getting all the views. But when I was in the club, I'm like, I'm not hearing those records. And so it was kind of interesting to see the dynamic of that, and like how, you know, they were playing R&B, they had a couple of reggae cuts, but for the most part, it was like old school hip hop records, you know what I'm saying? And so like, for me, it was like, it was interesting because it's like, to your point, like, you know, being a quote unquote new artist, people are like, my records get views, but I'm not getting 20,000 views. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like each if you look at all my records, it's like they're all getting about the same amount of attention to it, but there's not that one that just really set them off, you know, where it's like, oh, that's the record, you know what I'm saying? So it's really interesting that, like, you know, like, well, once again, you know, hat goes off to Maya because, you know, like she's getting numbers quick, mm-hmm. you know, and so it's like, okay. And then I'm seeing the drill records, you know, that are getting promoted. So I'm like, okay. You know, I'm not going to do no drill records because that's just not my lane, you know, but it's just interesting to see that dynamic in the club.
It's funny you said it because I just did my first drill song, which is Way Past Hating. Mm-hmm. And when I did Way Past Hating, my man from Brooklyn was like, yo, you got to do this drill. And I'm like, that's not even my thing. You know, it's not my thing. You know, and he's just like, he's a Brooklyn cat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just loves drill. So he was like, you got to do one, man. You got to do this drill joint. The drill's where it's at, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking that's not what I do, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it was a challenge for me. And I wanted to make sure when I did a drill joint, it was fire. So I said, I'm going to do this drill joint, you know what I mean? And so I'm listening to it. I'm listening to cats from Chicago. I'm listening to cats from Brooklyn. I'm listening to cats from Queens. I'm listening to all these cats because they got their own little drill type thing. I'm listening to it. And I said, okay, well, how can I do it but be me and still do me? You know what I mean? And still do it respectfully to where people that like drill can be like, yo, he did that, versus someone trying to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I think I did a pretty good job with Way Past Hating, you know what I'm saying? And with that drill song. And my man loved it. You know what I'm saying? My man loved it. He was shocked. He was like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? So I still was to me. I wasn't trying to do the English thing with the cats from the UK with their drill stuff. I wasn't trying to do them. I just did me. And I just picked some stuff to say that was clever and just said some clever shit, do it. And I wasn't trying to, and it kind of worked out. So I'm doing pretty good numbers on that one too. You know what I mean? And Way Past Hating. So to go back into the situation where it comes to, I feel fortunate that people are digging it. You know what I'm saying? I feel fortunate. And you can't please everybody, and there's a lot of people you can't please because sometimes at the same time when people like with me going back to this 30, there's a lot of people in there I know and I don't really respect them as a person. And so it's like I think that a lot of I see people, I'm not gonna say their name because it's you know what I'm saying, but there's people I look at it like, oh, this dude's a hoe. Yeah, this dude, his jersey's fake. Oh, this dude, you know what I'm saying, whatever case may be, this dude, you know. So, but at the same time, here it goes because it's a hip hop thing. So what happens? Someone may not like me, but I don't know they don't like me because they don't tell me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That part. But you have a right to not like me. You have a right to not like me. You know what I'm saying? You have a right to not like me. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason it is, but it's something in the water here because people will not like you because you are successful or you do things and you continue to have motion. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I do what I do. And the people that know me know I do what I do. You know what I mean?
So hold that thought. Okay. So question for you. We've both been in New York. Yeah. We've both been rapping, doing our thing. Do you find that you get more love in New York or in Seattle?
I think my heart is exploding.
You want to pause for a second?
Yeah. We'll pause.
Let's pause for a second. You see your thinking.
Oh, go ahead.
You see your thinking.
I can't feel my heart.
You can't feel it. What's going on?
It feels like it's exploding.
Chop it up. All right, y'all. So we back. I forgot where we left off at because we had an emergency off stage. So fast forwarding to now. So we got a show coming up on August 22nd. So I'm not sure if this episode will air before that. But as far as like, you know, what's going on with you musically, like right now, are you more focused on dropping singles as opposed to albums? Like what's kind of your recipe to success as far as musically and or, you know, just different endeavors?
Actually, I was working on my album and what I decided to do is fall back a little bit and spread it out amongst the crew. You know what I mean? And get everybody moving. And us kind of like work together and kind of keep things rotating. So, and I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? I'm fine with that. I just kind of fell back and said, okay, let them get a taste, and let's keep this cracking. So I was supposed to have started maybe 2 videos. You know what I'm saying? 2 next videos, and I haven't had it yet because I wanted Mai to get on and I wanted Hov to get his album out. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's very important because the DJs play our music. So that's what this whole album about with Hov is everybody that's somebody that has something that to offer to this album is something that the clubs can play. That's why this album is so important. That's why Money is so important. Don't Play is so important. Tay Zooted, I just mixed with Rock Fizzle a song by Tay Zooted. It's called Like Me Is Dope. And we're supposed to be doing that video. You know what I mean? Okay. I just remixed with Rock Fizzle Red Dead? Or, by City Boy. You know what I mean? So this album's going to have a lot of people that I respect personally or at least had a great song that they had to offer this project for DJ Hov called No Simps Allowed. So DJ Hov's album's going to be No Simps Allowed, coming out soon. And so I put my stuff on the back burner to have a little bit of everybody that has something to offer dope that can have a club banger. So it's going to be nothing but club bangers. You know what I'm saying? Every single is going to be a club banger, from Money, No Don't Play, Like Me by Tay Zooted. Red is still, you know, the way it's kind of flipped. It's still something people can vibe to and chant to. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I took a back seat for a minute to kind of like spread the love.
So I'm curious, since you got a chance to be on set with City Boy, what is he saying on the record? Because I've heard mixed things about like what he was saying. So with you being on set, can you tell us and the fans like what he was actually saying on the record?
What part?
What is he saying? Kent?
He's saying Kent.
Okay.
Like the city of Kent.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I didn't know what he said at first too, but it's Kent. You know?
Okay.
So I guess again, whenever you talk to him, I'll let him explain his story. He can tell you his story better than I can tell you his story. You know what I mean? Right. But he is saying Kent.
Okay.
You know, he is saying Kent.
Yeah, that was what was confusing for me, because I was trying to figure out, like, one, what he was saying, but two, I was trying to figure out what was the importance of Kent specifically. I didn't know if there was like a meaning that I had missed, or if that's like where he was born and raised. So I was trying
he's
to.
actually he's from Illinois.
Okay.
I don't know what part of Illinois he's from, but I think he's from Chicago. I'm gonna say Illinois because it's a state, but he's from Illinois, and he lived in Washington for a while. The best I can tell you in don't quote me on this, but is that there's a cat named Red that was someone they rocked with. And he moved a particular way. He and the song's about basically moving like this cat Red. So,
Copy.
Yeah, so that's the best I can tell you. This cat moved a particular way where he respected and some other people respected, so he is paying homage to Red. And I'm assuming that Red was in Kent.
Got it.
So
okay. Copy.
he's like, Kent, you know what I mean? That's where they was moving at, that's where he's rocking at. And this cat that they highly respected, so when it's funny when I got the song, so I heard the song that night we did the April show.
Right.
And that's the first time I heard the song. And he was like, we gotta do something. And I was like, okay, I want on that. You know what I mean? I want on that. And anything that's hot, I want on. You know what I mean? I want on. If it's hot, I want on. You know what I mean? So he was like, cool. And next thing you know, I went in with rock, with rock and knocked it out. You know what I mean? And put my little touch on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anything's fire. If it's fire, and it's hard for me because it's hard for me to pick a song. It's hard for me to pick a song. If someone has a song, it's hard because I just gotta. And it's not no discredit to the artist. It's just that we feel certain things. We feel certain things. And we feel certain things a certain way. So what I like for instance, like you give me mini tracks, and that's not that nothing's not dope. It's just like I'm trying to find how I fit in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find how I fit in. So with that, it just came naturally. You know what I mean? And with other stuff, when I'm hearing something, sometimes a hook itself on a track will mess me up. I mean, it'll have me not do what I like be free enough to like. I need to feel free, so I need to have no hook, no nothing. Hear the beat, and I'm free to go ahead and just and do my thing.
Right.
When I hear a hook, I'm limited to that hook
because you're trying to stay on topic. Yeah.
I can stay. If you just say we were talking about raspberries and you sing about raspberries, it's still I feel limited. But if you say we're talking about raspberries, there's no hook on it, I'm gonna talk about raspberries, you can throw your hook on it, do your thing. I did what I, what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. Or we come together with a hook or something like that. But it's very rare, like with the song we did do that's not out yet that I wish is out. It almost makes me wish I put that verse on another song. You know what I mean?
It's coming. It's coming.
You know what I'm saying? So we have a song and it's not out yet. And we did it months and months and months and months ago.
Yeah.
And he's told me the reason why as far as
So just to fill y'all in so that we're not talking in gibberish, there's an album I got called DNA. And the project's got 18 tracks on it. And the song that we worked on is a part of that project. So for me, I haven't been releasing singles because my focus has been completing the album. So I didn't feel it was I didn't feel like it does. I felt like the song deserved more than just releasing it as a single, right? Because for me, if you look at my catalog, I had 15 albums out when I was in Canada. I've recorded 26 studio albums in the last 2 years. First 5 albums have dropped. So if I go release a single to get that song out, people who look at my catalog will go, hey, Sos, you got 40 recorded albums. Why did you release this single by itself? Why wasn't it on an album? Which then brings back like the whole story of, well, why did you do that? And for me, I felt like that would be a disservice to you as an artist because people would have more questions than answers. And then I would always be stuck trying to explain the why behind it, right? They wouldn't understand, well, hey, it's because we both want the song out. And, so like that was why I was like, nah, it just, I got to be patient. Part of it too was that, I already had 10 albums I was supposed to release this year. I've released the first 5 and then everybody's like, oh, well, you're releasing too much music, slow down and only promote 1 or 2 songs. So now I'm like, well, hold on, fellas. Like I got 26 albums recorded. If I'm focused on 2 songs, that means the other 400 songs that were already dedicated to albums don't get heard. For example, the song that me and him did. So it's this battle of like, hey, do I follow the trend of just, promoting 1 or 2 singles versus putting music out that I've worked on over the last 2 years that's hot. Like the track is hot. Like trust me, I play it every day in the car. You know what I'm
I
saying?
haven't even heard it joint no more. I haven't heard it since the studio. This is crazy. I can't even hear my dance. So you gotta send that song to me.
So yeah. So that's where for me, like I struggle because I don't do music for money. I don't care about streams. For me, it's about being authentic to myself. And if you have the gift to make music and get it out where the world can hear it. If the world can't catch up, that's on them. But for me, that's been my take is I don't care what the industry says, what they want, how many streams or views I get. Because let's be honest, half the people out here nowadays don't even listen to our style of music because they're so busy caught on one or the other. I'm like, if they catch on, cool. At the end of the day, I put a lot of time and work into my records, having artists feature on projects. The project needs to get out where people can hear it. If they choose to pick it up, cool. But if not, then, but that's just my take on it, But to your point, like, like I'm focusing on 2 songs right now, but that's not me because to your point, I have other songs that it's like every record is different. Every song is different. So if I'm only focused on these 2, people might go, oh, well, hey, I like another style. And I'm like, yeah, I'll give you an example. So we got the show coming up in August. I got a show coming up in September. And I got a show coming up in October where I'm actually going to Vegas. So here's what's interesting. So 5 albums are out right now, right? So fans, if you've heard the albums, thank you. The song that I sent her, as far as the booking agent, was a song that hadn't even released yet. She heard it, loved it, and was like, yeah, that's the song I want. And so back to my point, it's like, well, if I only was promoting the 2 songs that my advisory team is telling me promote, she would have never heard the song. If I promote the 5 albums that were out, she would have never heard the song. So that's been my issue. It's like everybody has a different taste. And so like knowing who she was and what I believe she was looking for, I sent her the song that was going to be appealing to her. She loved it, and she ended up booking me for the show in Vegas. But if I would have never have shown her that record because I wasn't promoting it right now, I may not have gotten booked for that show in Vegas. So that's why for me, I know it's a catch-22, but at the end of the day, I just want to make music and get it out. If people dig it, cool. If they don't, it is what it is. Like I got to keep moving. I can't sit and waste my time trying to wait for people to catch up. You know what I'm saying? We from New York. You know what I'm saying? Like we go. We ain't waiting for nobody. So, so like that's where I'm like, sometimes being in Seattle, I kind of feel like I'm moving at a slow pace, and it's just like, So, anyways, I digress. But yeah, to your point, the song's called High Hopes, and I will make sure that I get it to you so you have a copy of it. But it needs to get out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we can't have dope songs like that just sitting in the archives just collecting dust. Like it doesn't do either one of us any good. So it
was a challenging song for me too. It was really a challenging song for me. Like I said, sometimes certain things I also it worked out. It worked out, you know what I mean? But it was a really challenging song for me. I love the song.
So to give you guys a little bit of a deeper dive into the High Hopes, the song, the reason that he was saying that it was a little bit of a challenge was because there's 2 versions to the song. So the first version, I featured an artist by the name of Golden Holden, who is an R&B artist on it. So the hook had a female vocalist on it. So I hit up Cutz and was like, hey, I got this song. I want to do a remix to it, but I wanted to have a banter back and forth on the hook. I didn't want it just to be where I did the hook in my first verse and then he comes in and does the second verse, because to me that was very typical. So to give the record a little bit of a different flavor, I said, hey, here's the hook, but instead of me performing the whole hook, we're going to go back bar for bar on the hook and make it a collaborative hook. So then it just gives it a different vibe. And so when you're an artist who's used to coming in, spitting a 16 or doing a whole song or writing your hook, you're not used to that kind of a hook or cadence. So if you're not used to that, it throws you off. And so for him, that was the first record I sent him, was this one that was like completely out of left field and was like, hey, no, we're going to do this one back and forth. And so that's why it was a challenge. But the record, I like the record. I think it turned out dope. So with that being said, the song's called High Hopes, and it's on the DNA project. So I'm gonna make sure that I get it out as soon as possible.
Email it to me so I can listen to it myself, like you listen to it. I ain't gonna let no one hear it. I just,
Yep. I will send it to you after the show. But yeah, man. Yeah, like Cutz has been going hard, y'all. So like a lot of you guys may not know because right now I think I'm on like 15 episodes for the Chop It Up podcast. But this is why I do the show, right? It's because a lot of times people will see like, oh, hey, Sos is doing this, or he's got a new album, or he's got this new music video, but they don't see all the people that I've been working with behind the scenes, right? Like me and Cutz have been working out together for about a year now. We've been doing photo shoots together, music videos together. We're doing shows together. We're working on different projects like for DJ Hove, and people don't see that because when you're constantly shooting videos, or you're constantly working in the studio working on a new song, or you're out doing interviews for the podcast show and the 411 experience, they don't see all of this behind the scenes. And so that's really why I wanted to bring this to light, was showing you guys like, hey man, like we're really in the trenches. Like we work every day, constantly working on something. Even if we're not talking to each other daily, we're always working on something. And that's what people don't see, because when you're working at the pace that we're working, we're not worried about Instagram. We're not posting the picture for the day like, oh hey, I'm doing this with my man's over here today, because we're so busy just being creative that it's not our normal process to go, oh, hey, let me stop what I'm doing. Hey, I got to get a picture. Let me post it on Instagram and let me make all my tags and let me do. We don't think like that. We're too busy being creators. And so for me, the Chop It Up podcast was really to say, hey, look, like we be so in the trenches when people saying they don't see us, that we just busy working, and we stay working, and we're constantly working. This isn't like we do this today and then forget about it for 2-3 days. No, like we're constantly working. And I think that's really, for me, what people don't realize about being an artist in the industry is like, as an independent, you've got to do everything. You've got to write your record. You've got to go to the studio to record it. You've got to get it mixed and mastered. You got to shoot the video. If you've got 3 or 4 different, outfit changes, that's 4
the video shoot.
Right. If you've got extras, like there's so much we take on as the independent that we don't get the luxury of just being able to chill and take pictures and have downtime. Like we're constantly on the go. And that's really why, for me, like I'm very particular about who I bring on the show, because they got to have a story to tell. If they can't talk your ear off for an hour, they can't be on the show, because that's not going to do y'all any good. Y'all know each one of my episodes runs about an hour, if not longer. And y'all like what y'all hear because it's authentic. It's people who's really working in the industry, making moves, and they've got a story to tell. And that's why it's like, yeah, people ask me, hey, Sos, can I get on? Nah, let me think about that one, because you might not be ready.
Well, if that's the case, I'm honored that you asked me to come on the show, and I'm glad I'm ever actually here to make it today, you know what I'm saying? Because I do be working a lot, you know what I mean? So
we had to reschedule this like 4 times, y'all. So that's what, he's busy. So yeah, to get this episode done, like, it's major for me. Yeah. But truthfully though, it's really because I feel like you're one of the truest artists out here who's really, man,
this is
like
crazy, man.
Yeah,
this is crazy, man. It's crazy how you saying this, man. It's crazy, man. You really believe that?
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
You see how I grind.
Yeah, word.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have time to just sit and bullshit with people, and like I'm busy, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so for me, I really try to take time out to really it's not even about flowers. It's really just about recognizing who's really making moves and who's really authentic to the craft. Like we're not out here trying to get fame. We don't care about that. We just want to put out good music. We're constantly working on different concepts on songs. It's not, oh, hey, let me just rap over a beat and say, oh, here, let me just throw it out and put it out. Like there's a lot of work and detail that goes into it. Like when you was talking about working with Zach and the amount of like times you're like, hey, Zach, I need you to change this and do this. And because you're authentic and you want your story to be told the correct way. Yeah. And that's part of the craft that I think a lot of rappers don't necessarily take to light. Yeah. They're just like, hey, let me just spit some bars over a beat and call it good. It's like,
see what it is I'm way past just wanting to hear yourself and be happy that you just heard yourself.
Right.
And when we start this, it goes to, I'm just finally happy that I heard myself. It sounds cool. And then next thing you know, as we get more advanced at this craft, you start hearing the new cats come in there, and then they think you hating on them because you're like, oh, you might want to change this or switch this, whatever. But they're so happy to be heard. They're not realizing that there's certain things you got to tune here and fine tune here, just like what happened with us. So, to add to that, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, like, I'm gonna say this, like when I say for real, it's like that. There's certain people that I really respect, that I know that I really respect. Larry Love, you know what I mean?
Larry Love,
you know, I respect when he called me or he talked to me about a track. I respect it, and I'm happy that he's showing me that love. Z60 likes me. I got songs that he's like, that's my favorite song. You know what I mean? So it's like when I hear from someone like Z60, who's a dope MC too. You know what I'm saying? We collaborate. We got a song called Say That Then. A video coming out for Say That Then soon. Me Z60. You know what I mean? And featuring DJ Hove. You know what I mean? He's hosting the track. You know what I mean? So actually, that's gonna be on No Simps Allowed 2 by DJ Hove. You know, just, Say That Then. And I had to have something from Washington with that Say That Then track, because when I wrote the track, I was feeling it. I said, I got this someone from Seattle. You know, I'm not from Seattle, so that's like one of the, that's their saying. You know, this is Washington's saying. So I had to have someone from Seattle, you know what I mean, to be on that track, and Z60 murdered it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, he murdered it. I'm about to do the video. So shout out to Z60 too, because Z60, he likes a lot of my music, and it's important for people who love him. And he's a monster.
Yeah,
he's a monster. You know what I'm saying? So when you have people that are monsters that love this craft, you have to understand, people that are monsters, a lot of people don't be really rocking with the monsters.
Yeah.
A lot of people, if you're a monster, you know, and you really about this, if you just on some little people love you. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a monster, people really gonna be on, not really, like, that kid's a monster. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he loves hip hop. He loves the craft. You know, he got ties to New York too. You know, he has ties to New York. His whole family. You know what I'm saying? Be in and out of New York. You know what I mean? So it's like he's on it. His timing's on point. His style's on point. He does him. He does him well. So when you say, hey man, hey, when Larry Love say, you know, stuff about that too, you know, I can't even think about other people. There's a lot of people. I actually finished a song with Fred the Godson before he passed. He died of COVID. And you know, God bless Fred the Godson. You know what I mean? And we was in this situation of trying to make some real good magic. You know what I'm saying? And I wish that could have came out like I wanted it. I ended up releasing Cheers to a Real One, you know what I'm saying, without him, you know what I mean? And left it at that. You know what I'm saying? So when you have people that are great MCs that like you, it's important, and it makes me feel proud to have a great MC such as yourself, such as Z60, such as someone who's really well versed in hip hop, such as Rock Fizzle. You know what I'm saying? People who's been in the music industry and dealing with a lot of different people, such as Larry Love, that say, hey man, that's fire. Or, hey man, I need you to come do the show. Or hey man, whatever. I think you can be a part of this to make this. Because actually, the funny thing about it was Larry Love, he didn't hear "Don't Play"
Okay.
until I did it at the Aries Bash.
Oh yeah.
You know
He was
what I
there,
mean?
yeah.
And it's funny because I do call Larry, like, what you think about this? What you think about that? And he's so busy. Sometimes I don't know nothing until, but I think he played me like, oh yeah, it was cool, and he didn't hear it yet. He didn't hear. I think he played me when I called him like, yo, we video, and, you know what I'm saying? He be sitting on the toilet or some shit. Hey, well, yo, you know, it's crazy. So or vice versa. You know, I'm like, Love, what you think about that? And Love be like, oh, that was cool. That was, you know, woo. And it was funny because that night, you know, I had to bring the GNC crew out there. You know what I'm saying? I had to bring the GNC crew out there. I want everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying? Raw Player Rod, you know what I'm saying? He's affiliated with Raw Player Rod. Alaska Assassin, Raw Player Rod from Alaska, from Anchorage, Alaska. You know what I mean? And he got this song called, what's that song? It's crazy.
Thou Shalt Not
Thou
Pimp.
Shalt.
Yeah, Thou Shalt.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, that's a nice record.
People don't understand with this music, man, that sometimes it don't even have to be how you move or what you do, but when you listen to something, you be like, he told that damn story. You know, he told that story. He said what he had to say, and he did it so crafty. You know what I mean? That song is a song I wish I'd have did.
Yeah.
That's a song I wish I like. Man, it's like I wish there's a very you know how you hear a song be like, damn, I wish I'd have made that song. That's when a song I'd be like, damn, I wish I made that song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's so dope. It's so crazy. It's hard for me to listen to anything else you got because that song's so dope. Anything else I listen to is like okay, because I love that song so much by Rock Player Rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so we had a little thing going on that night where I wanted to be seen, and I wanted them to be seen. And the funny thing about it was, you know how you do something and you have people they come together and there be some lackluster people that be like, oh, they just in the way, like a lot of filler and this and that.
Yeah.
This was talented night.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that night?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a talented night. Everybody, it was so talented. I'm like, damn, I kind of, because this is the first time Maya performed.
Right. Right.
This is the first time Maya performed. So I'm like, damn, I hope she do this. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking myself. And then they had so many talents. Just like about 9-10 groups that came out before I got up there. And we got
Wait, so are you talking about the Railroad Show or are you talking about Romanos?
Romanos.
Romanos, yeah.
Romanos.
Yeah.
So
That show was
crazy.
yeah. You guys put on a hell of a set that night,
Yeah,
man. Y'all put on a set. I was like,
I'm not even gonna be biased. We
I
killed
was
that.
like, yo, they killing it.
We murdered that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I say this. I said it to say this. It was like there were so many talented people. I kind of was like, man, I'm hoping that we murk this, and these people are feeling us, and we forced them to.
Right.
We forced them to. You know what I'm saying? We forced them. We forced them. Every last one, because it kind of came up because I didn't know when I was going to get up there, but when I got up there, it's just right after this young lady. I don't know what's the young lady that had the two ladies up there, and they
Yeah. I will be honest. I don't recall her name.
So
I know who you're talking about because I remember her face, but I don't recall her. Stage presence. One thing a lot of artists don't understand is after your set, let the people know what your name is. Say it where they can actually hear you and understand you, and say thank you, right, for giving us your time or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because if she did, we would know what her name was and be able to tell her right now and talk and give her the credit that was due or whatever.
maybe
But
so. Her and her singing partner was nice, and you know what they say they say everything's kind of a vibe now, and I'm feeling that too, like something's a vibe. But I mean, she did her thing, and I was feeling her vibe, and I was feeling what they did, and I was like, yo, how are we gonna match this? Because people was feeling this.
yeah,
So something happened where I was next to go up, and I didn't want her crowd was crazy women out there.
right.
And I'm like, you know, this is a time to put Maya out there. I don't want to lose them women. I don't want to lose them women. I was like, I'm gonna go first. I was like, how am I gonna do this? Because I don't want to lose them females.
Right.
I don't want to lose them females out there. And I knew they was, you know how women support, you know, I am women hear me roar and woo woo. And I was like, I didn't want to lose that, so I knew I had to throw Maya out there. You know what I'm saying? And they stuck around, and that kind of like made it be like, okay. So it was funny. When she came out there, she stood her ground. She held her ground.
She really did.
She held her
really
ground.
did.
And I'm like, yo, she held her ground. And I remember giving her a pep talk, like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Don't, you know, be all right. You know, don't be shook. Just go out there and do this and do that. Woo woo. And she half-assed me like, nigga, I got this. You know what I mean? You know, she half-assed me like, nigga, I got this. Whatever. You know, she's dope. You know what I mean? So when she went up there and she got there, and the mic was kind of messing. I had to fix the mic and all kinds of like that. And she just and she did a thing.
Hey, if you've ever performed at Romanos, you know what's up with the mic.
Yeah, and that was her first time performing. And her and her sidekick, her hype man, you know what I'm saying, hype woman, you know what I'm saying, got up there and they did their thing. And I was happy that it happened. Like, it was like a perfect moment. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, the guys was like, well, what about the fellas? And they go back to Rock Player Rock. Remember?
Right.
Go back to Rock Player Rock. Rock Player Rock comes in with the Thou Shalt.
Yeah.
I got something for y'all too. You know what I mean? He came out and murdered that. So the fellas now, they coming up like, yo, because they felt like they was missing out with the money song.
Right.
You know, that's not no song really for the fellas, but one thing about the song is that you have to respect it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the dope thing about what we're doing with Maya is that, and going back to Maya, is the fact that we want, I'm going to keep it 100. I can't really listen to a lot of female rappers because it don't pertain to me.
Yeah, I agree.
It don't pertain. I can't. I'm not like that girl and the person. You know what I mean? And I'm not knocking it because it's crafty. They're putting crafty stuff together. But there's some women I can listen to. that I can go, oh man, this is not only is this dope, I love what they're saying, I love how they're saying it, and I don't feel like I'm not who I. I don't even know how to say this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say that because I don't even know how to say this, but I can listen to Maya, you know what I'm saying, and rock that and bump that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a dude.
It hits
spitting.
different.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's a dude spitting it. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
And
that's
what
the hard
came in
part.
from-
Like, but true to your point, like that's the hard part about like a lot of the female rappers nowadays, because it's gotten to be almost like vigilant, where it's like, you know, they're like, oh yeah, you know, well I'm sucking off this twat and I'm doing this and that, and I'm like, yo, like that's cool, but I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't sound good to my ear.
It's
know?
repetitive.
Yeah.
It's repetitive, and it's like almost a competition who can be the raunchiest. And there's a place for it, and a time for it. And,
Right.
And I think, matter of fact, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna tell you like this. It's not that I'm not even gonna knock it. What I am gonna say though is I think if you said crafty,
That part.
like Maya says it crafty.
That part.
Don't just say, you know, I'm walking down the street. Tell me how you walking down the street crafty.
Yeah.
You know, don't tell me just how you know, SNSD. Say it crafty. Say it crafty.
For me personally, though, like I feel like if I listen to a female vocalist or a female rapper, I should say, I would like to see the girly girl, like the girly girl of like the rappers, you know, or ones that are able to articulate storytelling. Because like I feel like a lot, like if we were to compare rappers, you don't really hear female rappers tell stories.
So let me
To your point, it's more raunchy, you know, like, and that's why for me, like, I like storytelling. I like to learn something from them. So for me, I would like to see female artists do that more.
I heard an R&B artist say, and I can't remember if it was, I hope it's not this R&B artist, but I don't support him no more. You talk about S&Ds 2-3 times, and before he knows he, you know, whatever, tank, you know what I'm saying? I hope it's not him. But there's an R&B artist that said that they don't support like push music that's positive or supporting their dude no more or whatever. So a lot of people don't know, like people that live certain lifestyles, and this is what me and Maya talked about. And actually Maya's hype man, you know, when it comes to music, when people there needs to be like a new Sade.
Thank you.
And
Thank
what
you.
I mean by that is that Sade was a woman who celebrated loving her dude in a real classic way.
Yeah.
There's no female out here rapping about celebrating her dude. The last time I really heard a female celebrating her dude or a man was maybe India Irie or something. You'll hear sometimes Fantasia, stuff like that, but this is still going back. Now this whole new thing, break the windows of the car, you know, I'm doing this, I'm slinging tires, whatever the case may be. And there's a whole new movement of, I don't need a dude. There's a whole movement of, so when you hear a dude that's bumping this, whatever the case may be, you're gonna have to wonder what his mind frame is. His mind frame is to sit here and be like, just bumping this. I was at work one day. I'm a barber, so I was at work one day. I'm gonna say just like this, and this one dude used to come into the barber shop with like 4 or 5 boys, and he gets his hair like once a month. He come in, once every 2 weeks. I can't remember because it was a while back, but he come in and he had like enough boys that his sons. I'm talking about from like 4 or 5 all the way to like 13, and I remember this particular day. This is back when we still had CDs, and he had a CD player on, and he's listening to the headphones on his Walkman. And I remember his youngest son was like the gangster. His youngest son was like the gangster, you know what I'm saying? Then he had other sons. All these boys had different personalities, and his oldest son used to be mad quiet. He never really said nothing, but we used to take turns to barbers with his 4 or 5 boys. Take turns cutting their hair. Every blue moon I get the youngest, every blue moon I get the oldest. You know what I'm saying? He just go in and send it to the barbers, and that's how it was. Anyway, one day, the first time I heard this kid talk, he had the headphones on, and he was singing Bootylicious. Like he was really into it, singing this Bootylicious. And I remember I looked at his pops, and his pops looked at it and said, boy, boy. Like, he was so embarrassed. Like, damn it. Like,
You in the barbershop doing that.
Never say nothing when we go anywhere. You know what I mean? You don't say nothing. You know what I mean? I'll never forget that. So that's what I mean by, like, when you hear certain people, it's like we can respect the woman in her craft if she's crafty.
Yeah.
And I don't care what she said. If she said what she's saying, she mean that, and she sound like she mean what she's saying, and she's got talent when she's saying it. Go ahead and say F that dude. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say. I don't care. Go ahead and say, money, you know what I'm saying, about this paper. Because you just said yourself, you know what I'm saying, you like how she delivered her demeanor, this case may be.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we respect that. But you just can't say I took a shit and
some
I just took a shit. Oh man, you heard how he just said took a shit. Man, you better say you did it with and had and crafty how the mathematical equation came out, the peas and the corn came out that motherfucker, whatever case may be. So just be crafty what you say. You just can't say something and slide over and go, oh, that's because you said something that was a cuss word or something nasty or whatever case may be, and all of a sudden we're supposed to just go, okay, it's dope. I remember this cat used to say his street hood. And this dude couldn't rap to save his life. And this cat be like, oh, 20s. And everybody go crazy. All the kids would go crazy. Oh, my God, he's... So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? There's a lot of women out there that's dope. And I'm not trying to get on them because this is the time where everything you say, everybody's offended if you say something that they don't like. All of a sudden, I don't like what he said, F him, and whatever. And instead of just everybody having an opinion about whatever case may be. And through experience, we have opinions. And stuff like this is how you say, this is, I'm feeling this or I'm not feeling this, whatever the case may be. So I'm happy that I'm here, and I'm happy that you can tell me about some things that you appreciate or like with me and that I didn't even know at that level.
Yeah, whatever case may be. I have a lot of respect for what you do.
Word up.
Yeah, because you've been putting it down. Like, personally, me, I can't listen to the vulgar music coming from women. I can't do that. Like, it's not that to me it's disrespectful. It just doesn't sound right. Like, that's why for me, like, I would really like to see a different side of female artists personally. But to your point, like, people take offense to everything. So, people say, oh, Sos is hating. I'm not hating. It's just I'm at a different level now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not out there in the streets doing wilding out shit. So for me, I don't want to hear wilding out shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I make corporate moves, you know what I'm saying? Like, I work with people who are making multi-million-dollar deals on a daily. Like, that's what I do. So for me to hear something vulgar when that's the people I'm communicating with, which are vice presidents and CIOs and CFOs, and like half of y'all probably don't even know what the acronyms are. But when you deal with people on that level, you can't come into that conversation with vulgar words coming out your mouth. Like, you'll get walked out of the room, you know what I'm saying, and watch deals go bad. So I'm just at a different place. So for me, that's why I really listen to lyrically, what are they saying? Can they teach me something? If I'm working with the CFOs and the CIOs, EVPs and SVPs, and I'm at that level, teach me something that I can take to my next meeting and be like, yo, man, and make my hustle this way, right? So that's where for me it's like, like I need that female vocalist who's at that level where she's making those kind of moves and she can be like, yeah, I just signed an $80 million deal, and like you said, can articulate it and spit it in a way that comes off provocative or just unique and raw and still has that level of edge, but know how to compartmentalize it and then streamline it to that next level. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. But
yeah, there's some female rappers, and I want to make this whole show about female rappers. As far as like critiquing them for the whole thing, but saying that I've heard that I was like, and then I'll go, wait a minute. Later on, I'll be like, they saying something. You feel like, oh, they're saying something. Like you catch your ear, be like, oh, okay, they saying something. And I respect them. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, who cares about my respect? Who cares about my respect? You know what I mean?
I do have to ask you something out of respect though. Yeah. On the daily, you be sending me shit.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. How do you find time to find that stuff? Because you be sending me some stuff, and I'm like, this nigga wild.
You be sending me some stuff too. You know what? It's funny. It's funny because I'm always writing.
Oh, okay.
I'm always writing. So if I'm not working, if I'm not doing my day job, I'm writing. And then I look back. Someone send me. I got people send me stuff all the time. That's where it comes from. Someone send it to me.
Okay.
So I got a bunch of people just bing, 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 bing. I remember. You know, it's funny. I remember a friend of mine one day said, a friend. I used to send her so much. He said, "Man, if you keep sending stuff to me, I'm about to block you." It was my friend, my brother. I was like, "What the?" I didn't realize till now I have friends that be bing, 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 bing. I got friends that's binging me all the time. I'm like, God, dang, you know, they bing me. It takes me like a week to go through their bings.
Oh yeah.
They're binging me. You know what I mean? With different stuff. I'm like, I didn't even see this. You know what I mean? You know, people that are close to me, when I was binging them up, like man, I didn't even see that yet. When they come to bing, I'll get to that in a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I understand what it is now because I used to get, you know, I get binged up now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll be honest, man. Like sometimes I don't even see it for like 3-4 days, sometimes a week, because you know I don't be on my outside of making corporate moves. You know, I'm in the studio, I'm working on podcast interviews, I'm shooting music videos. You know, my son, he's in the junior cracking program, so you know he's playing AAU hockey and being competitive with that. So there's just so many things going on that, like, you know, if I'm driving on the road, you know, I'm not focused on what's on my phone because, you know, like I'm driving through traffic and it takes that 1 second you take your eye off the road, you know, you in a car accident. So, you know, if I'm driving, I don't touch my phone at all. So it's not until I get out the car that I'll be trying to catch up. And then it's like, oh, wait, I had 4 missed calls, so I'm trying to call this person back. Next person's calling. So I'm like, hey, I got to call you back because I got to talk to him. And, you know, so like to your point, I don't always catch the bings, but I try to go back through and make sure I look at every single one because, you know, if you sending me something, you sending it for a reason. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, what is this one about? Okay, yep, cool, got it. All right, what's the next one? All right, cool, got it. You know, so I'm, you know, and honestly, I appreciate it too because it keeps me learning new things that I would not have seen because I'm so focused on things and I miss all of that, you know? So for me, it's that I get to just kind of vibe out for a moment and just see what's going on in the world. And
the funny thing is I try to send, if I see something that similar to what you sent, I really like to send those because like, okay like you sent something today or yesterday and I sent something today back to you that was similar to that. Like it was kind of like part 2 of that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if I see something that's on a certain particular time that we're both kind of investigating and then have our eye on it, I send something like that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I still send some crazy stuff, but I really like to send the stuff that I know that you've been kind of like, yo, did you see this? Yeah. Did you see this? You know what I mean? You know,
right,
so
right.
Like that type of thing.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm going to pause on that thought, though. We'll save that for the next time. Okay. But once again, you know who it is, your boy Sos Dior, Antonio Cutz. But we're gonna do a part 2 for sure, and we're gonna deep dive into what we be talking about through those bings. But until next time, y'all, one.
We be going over time. Take it, limits. We be going over time. We be going over time. We be going over time. Take it, limits. We be going over time. We be going over time. We be going over time. Take it, limits. We be going over time. We be going over time. We be going over time. Take it, limits.
Gentlemen's Club.